I think it's time we start to face the facts that love is not the same as it used to be. Love now is like a weapon people use to get into the pants or hearts of other people and then ultimately break their heart and leave and act like everything's okay. That to me is what love feels like. Love no longer feels like a butterfly flutter to the heart. No, it feels like an illness, like this sickening feeling in my gut. It's like when you eat something you're not supposed to, and then you get those bubbles in your stomach. That's what it feels like. That's what love feels like. Love makes you an idiot. It makes you blind. Makes you see past all the red flags someone will offer you. And what causes this love in the first place? I don't know. Maybe it was the way that they looked at you. Or maybe it was that one thing that they notice but nobody else notices. And they're the only person who makes you feel seen in that one area. Maybe in the beginning you were just treated so differently that the vision just became too strong, that you couldn't handle it anymore. The moment you fall in love with someone, the wool goes over your eyes. You see past everything. Any mistake, any red flag that they have, you brush it off as if they're human beings. You brush it off and say, oh, everybody has flaws. Everybody makes mistakes. Because you're so in love. The love will start to wear off when you two have your first fight. The ice will begin to break. And only two things will happen. Either you'll run away to avoid drowning, or you'll stay and let the ice crack beneath your feet so you can fall deeper into that rabbit hole and drown in the deep, deep blue. The deep, deep blue being their lies, their manipulation. They'll start to tell you it's all in your head. Whereas the people on the outside will say, well, I warned you. And you'll still sit there and be like, well, maybe he's going through a hard time. Maybe things will get back to normal. And maybe things do go back to normal. Maybe for a week. Then fight number 2 comes around. Except there's more yelling. There's more name calling. He'll now use the flaws that he once said he adored as a weapon to get under your skin. And then after making you cry, he'll have the audacity to look at you and ask you what's wrong. Days will go by, no apology. The only form of apology you get is, I'm sorry you felt that way. Just these fake apologies that aren't really apologies. But really it's just to belittle you, make you feel small. Making a change just noticeably enough to have you believe that he is truly going to change. Just for the facade to fade again. And for you to go back to where it began. And not began from in the beginning. I'm talking about when the mask started to fall. You fall for these kinds of people because in the beginning, the effort they put out seems effortless. Then it's like, once they have you, they slowly start becoming lazy. They no longer care. They'll do the bare minimum, and then when you complain about wanting more, they'll bring up the bare minimum and make you feel bad for even complaining in the first place. Yet it's okay for them to complain when you don't give them their body. Or give them your body, I mean. They act like it's so hard to be consistent with their personality that they had in the beginning. Yet they expect women to uphold the same sexual consistency every night. Then will cheat the first chance they get when they aren't getting some. But because you're so in love, you see past it. When they first cheat, you blame yourself. Maybe I wasn't going down. Maybe I wasn't being as affectionate as he wanted to. And that's what he wants you to think. They'll do it again, and again, and again. Love will have you worried sick for a person who won't come home when they're supposed to. When you're waiting up past 2 a.m., wondering where they are, when they're not in the bed that you share together, and they just come home the next day and act as if nothing was an issue. They'll act like what they did was completely fine. Be like, oh, I just worked late. And love isn't all bad. Love does have its perks. It does, but it just seems nowadays the cons outweigh the pro. If the ice was cracking in your relationship and you knew there was nothing you can do to stop the ice from cracking, would you stay and drown? Or would you get yourself to safety?